I'm TerryTopCat for TerryTopCat Purrsents and the wonderful artist Ruby J.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Very good, thank you. So we're in the legendary Roundhouse in Camden and it's Saturday the 18th of March. Just seen you do an amazing sound check. So I want to say first up, big up and thank you very much to Carl and to Roger as well. So Roger told me about you.
Yes.
And you've had so many amazing people say great things about you. So you started music when you were really young.
Yeah, I was 13 years old. First discovered, indie music really was the first one. The Arctic Monkeys, first band I fell in love with.
Great band.
Yeah, brilliant band to get into. That made me want to play guitar, because I thought Alex Turner was really cool.
Still is
very cool. And then I decided I want to sing as well. And I just practice all the time, and here we are.
And did you have any lessons or go to music college?
YouTube was the one, YouTube for guitar.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And singing, it just kind of came natural.
Well, you have an amazing voice. So I was very fortunate enough to see the sound check, and I particularly asked Cashin to you back before about this song called Try, and I said to you, did you write it? He said yes. So you got full sound, so you got a lot of musicians. I love the horn section. So did songwriting come really easy to you?
At the start, I started writing when I was 13, just because when I was playing guitar I started writing as well, trying to write. But I didn't really have anything to write about per se as I was 13, I didn't have much life experience. So I used to write about my surroundings and school things that happened at school, a few tunes that I wrote, stories about people I know, and they won't be named. And then you start writing, you get good ideas, you write more. I wrote Try when I was busking actually. I just kind of got this little jazzy riff. And I had this little chorus in my head, and it just came together really.
So from performing busking, that's very brave. You're really raw and you're out there and no one knows who you are and you obviously get an instant reaction to suddenly when you got more experience, last year you played at Isle of Wight Festival, so how was that?
Yeah, it was amazing. I didn't have the band with me because I've just literally got the band together. It's only our 5th show tonight.
Really?
It's
Oh,
our
wow.
first ever shows. And I did that solo acoustically and it was
That's really great.
Good. Yeah, it was so fun, I loved it. And I played with This Feeling tent, and their tent was always amazing. Big up This Feeling. I loved it.
And by yourself again?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really brave to do that as well. So you're currently on tour with the great Lathums, they're on later on tonight. You're on stage at 8 o'clock.
8 p.m.
And they're on at 9.
Mm-hmm.
So have you had a lot of fun?
It's been tiring, but we get in at home or at hotels at 3 in the morning. Actually, I can't go to sleep because I'm just too buzzing from the show. But last night we got in really late and I was just going to go to sleep because it was just you're still on a high. But we've had the best time. It's been great and the Lathums are lovely. So it's been such a good band to support and watch them smash it every night. It's very nice.
And I'm sure you go down really well with their fans as well. So did you go on The Voice as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what was that like? Because again, that can be a really positive or negative experience for a new artist.
I was 14 at the time.
14?
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I've only been doing music for a year.
A year?
Yeah. I was on maybe yeah.
Yeah.
I was on Playing Faith team, which is amazing. And
she's amazing.
It was lovely to work with her. It was a bit mad, really. A bit of a mad
Were you
experience.
by yourself? Were you with the other artists, like were you in a group or?
We had. I went went on as a solo artist, and then we did like the battle rounds, and I had a couple of girls with me who were lovely, and we had a good time. Yeah, it was fun. It was a bit of mad experience at the time. I was early 14s, I'd never seen anything like it before.
Sure.
It was really fun. It was really fun.
So, you know, again, as an artist, it can be a positive or negative experience, and usually sometimes when the artists usually win the voice, that's, you know, sometimes it doesn't really happen. So you're currently writing, you signed to 11 Sun Records, which are based in LA and London, through Symphonic and Orchard Sony, I've got that right, for the distribution. And you're going to be working with Glasses for Jaws production team.
Glasses for Jaws, yes.
So tell me who they've worked with before.
They're based in Hackney, and they are Miles Kane's band.
Really?
Yeah,
oh wow,
yeah.
okay.
It's just brilliant. And they produced Try, and my last 3 singles they produced. And as such, they're amazing to work with. And as soon as we had our first session, like it was before I had like found a style and like genre, because it takes a while for an artist
Of course,
to find a genre.
and you're only 17. Yeah. You're amazing and very mature, I must say as well.
So I played them Try, and they loved it, and we jammed it out, and we played this tune, this Al Green tune, Love and Happiness, which is one of my favourite songs. And the groove that in that song we wanted to kind of replicate.
Yeah, I can hear it with the horns and everything.
And we had like the whirly out, these like dark organ sounds. It all just came together, and they're so great to work with. And I'll be back in with them very soon, with some new tunes. Yeah.
And release a debut EP. And so so you mentioned Arctic Monkey. So, you know, obviously when you get older and you perform more, and you're supposed to new artists and older artists through maybe your dad and your older friends. So who kind of inspires you? So you mentioned Al Green briefly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
I'm sure
it
it's very
was the
eclectic.
first genre I got into, but then as I grew up, I listened to every genre possible, because I feel like as a musician, then you writing music and producing music and playing it live, if you listen to as much genre as you can kind of, you know, take something from each. Like I love my old school soul and Motown stuff. That's like my roots. But Pound and Teenies were probably all-time favourite artists.
Great artists.
I just love them. Each album he's ever done is incredible. He's even played the Roundhouse, which is why I'm so excited to be on the show. Like old school Motown, like jazz, like Billie Holiday stuff. But then I also love like Zeppelin and the Cramps and the Seeds, like everything.
Yeah, of course. So what's the plans for the future? So you just finished, this is the last night you're doing with the Lathums, and I'm sure you've got some more festivals lined up or other gigs.
Yes.
Can you talk about them?
I can't talk about the festivals, but I
Okay.
can tell you some shows. I'm doing a few shows with my friends called Dream Machine, who did the first half of the tour of the Lathums. Oh, brilliant, you should check them out because they're amazing. Psychedelic rock stuff, they're unreal. I'm doing a few shows with them, with the band. I am playing in Scunthorpe in May with a band called Shambolics from Scotland, and Riyadh Downey, who I've supported before, who's lovely, 30th of June.
So tell everyone about this feeling if they don't know.
Basically, this feeling are an amazing platform for new music, support all new music, every genre, mostly indie rock and roll. There's some brilliant bands that the Lathums started out on this.
Did they? Oh, wonderful. Yeah, exactly. Sold out the
brilliant
Roundhouse.
bands, and they're really great people, group of people, and fans that attend all of this feeling gigs. Just amazing.
So I'm going to let you go because you've got to prepare for the
Yes,
stage.
we're going to get ready.
So can tell everybody where we can find you on social media.
Ruby J Official, the letter J, and all the socials. It's the same thing. So it's nice music. Give us a follow. Very much appreciated.
Thank you so much for your time, and I
Thanks,
can't wait for the
Hannah.
show. And thanks to Danny and to Hannah too as well.